Hi and welcome to a new video. Today I want to do a product review and it's going to be about this little friend here, this makeup palette from Rimmel. It's the palette in Spice, so it's pretty new. I don't exactly know when it came out, but I know it's out for at least here since the beginning of May, I think. So 2 weeks now. And it's a very warm tone palette, so a lot of people say it's kind of like the Urban Decay Heat palette. I don't have the Heat palette, so I can't really compare it, but those are the colors. And I will give you a swatch of all of those colors on my hand, and then we are going to play a little bit around with them and try them out. So here we have the palette in a close-up, and what I already can tell, what I don't like about it, is that this white color is very cool tone, so it has actually some kind of greenish bluish shimmer in it, and I think it does not really go with the warm tones in the palette. But yeah, I guess you can work with it. So I'll show you some swatches. So here we have the colors. Oh, I hope you can see that. They are very pigmented, but I can already tell that they have a little bit of fallout. That's probably because they are that pigmented and they have that much color that when you go in, they have a tiny bit of fallout, and also when you go in with your brush, they kind of fall down a little bit. I can show you, like when I go in here, do you see the kickback it has? But therefore they are really pigmented, so you can definitely work with that. So I'll show you when I apply it now. You see how much color fluffs away when I apply it. So they are very pigmented, but you have to work with some fallout, so you might apply your makeup after, like a face makeup, after you do your eye makeup. So I would say let's get started and play with the colors on the eyes. I've already done my makeup and everything else. I have prepared my lids, my eyelids, and I would say let's get started. I start off with this lighter shade here, and I use it as a transition color. It's a matte shade, and I just use it in my crease as a transition color for the other colors later on, and therefore the other colors blend better. So far I really like the color, it's very neutral. So what I like about the palette so far already is that it has those two matte browns in it, and you also have this color here, which is a bit more brown as well, but with a hint of, even with a hint of like a terracotta pinkish color to it. And then also those two are matte and this one is matte, so you have a lot of crease colors to work with, and you can create a really good matte eye if you like that, but then you also have a lot of shimmer colors in it. So I have applied the transition color to my eye, and I think I'll get you in a little bit closer so you can see more. So next I'm going to take this color here, and I'm going to take it on a more dense brush, this one from M.Zuiko, it's the number 231, and I apply it to the outer corner of my eye. Oh, that's a beautiful color. It's a very rusty color. And the pink I said is, you can't really see that. Yeah, it's hard to describe. I would say it's a very rusty, browny color. And I just apply to the outer V and blend it in a little bit. And I try to kind of include as many colors as possible to this eye look, so you can see how the colors are and how the colors work. And I blend everything out with a more fluffy brush. And I think I'm going to keep it more on the reddish side rather than using this purple here. So I'm going to take this color here and mix it together with that color and use it again on the outer corner to deepen the eye a little bit. So just dab into the dark one, and then I dab once into the lighter one. And I try to not go above the color I've just put. I try to stay a little bit underneath, so I just tab it on where I want to have the color mainly, And then I take my blending brush, another Zoeva one, with the number 227, and I blend it out. I think with reddish colors it's always a bit difficult to not make you look sick. So if you feel like you've applied too much red, then always go in maybe into the more brownish color and apply it on top, which kind of tones it down a little bit. But I can tell you it always looks better when you apply lashes or a mascara or a liner. It kind of pulls the look together. So wait until you've done that, and if you then really think the look is too red and makes it look too sick, then maybe take a brown color and go on top a little bit to tone it down. Yesterday I walked around a little bit through my town, and I'm living in a really small town, and I knew that we had a huge park here, which I've been to or passed it once, but it was winter and it wasn't really worth going into it. And the other day I just walked past it and I thought of going in, and it's the most beautiful park I've ever been to. It's a botanical garden and it is so beautiful, and I think I'm going to go there today again. And it's the most calming thing ever because it's a little bit away from the town center, so not a lot of people know about it. So there aren't many people there, so it's so calming to just sit there and look at all the different plants, because botanical gardens normally, or our botanical garden is used by our university, so they plant a lot of different things in there for the students so they can study the plants, I guess. And they are so beautiful, and so many different things are in there, and it's so interesting and I love it there, so I definitely go there again today. But yeah, so that's the look so far. They blend out very nicely, I have to say, the colors. So even though they are very pigmented, I have to say they kind of go away a little bit when you blend them out, so the color intensity goes away a bit. So I might reapply a little bit more of that darker brown here, or red brown, into here. So when I apply them directly, they are very pigmented, but as soon as I start blending it out, the color kind of goes away, which is good because then you can build it up better. But I have to say, there's not really a lot of fallout. I would have thought there would be more fallout, but there isn't, so that's good. So I think I leave the outer corners the way they are right now, and I start now putting some shimmer onto the lid. Just thinking, that one is really cool. It's a pink with some golden shimmer in it. Or I use this one, which is also really pretty. It's more of a brownish color. I think I go with the brownish color. I try it first with a dry brush and then see how it applies. I take one from H&M. They are really nice, the brushes, if you're looking for some good brushes. Let's see how it applies. Go a little bit more into the outer corner first. Yeah, that applies actually really nice with the brush. I guess you can definitely get more intensity if you take either your fingers or you wet your brush first a little bit, but I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. So I just go, I would say, until here, so leave the inner corner free and apply a lighter color there. Yeah, that's really beautiful. Yeah, that's something that's missing for me in this palette, is like a lighter color I can put now into the inner corner. There is this white one here, but that is too light for me for the inner corner, so I would have needed something like this color, but a little bit lighter. It looks like this color would be fine, but it's actually quite dark when you apply it. So I'm just thinking what I do now. I might take a little bit of that transition color and put it into the inner corner here now. And then I take maybe the tiniest bit of this pinky color that I showed you before and put it on top. I don't think the pink color applies that well as the other color I just used before, the other shimmer color. yeah, it doesn't give that much pigment, I would say, so I try my finger and put it on with my finger a little bit. Yeah, that works better. It's much nicer. Oh, I actually like the pop of pink in the front of the eye, that looks cool. Although without all the color I have right now, I really like the look so far, but I feel like it needs to be deepened up a little bit more. So I go back into my dark shade here, because otherwise it's kind of a wish-wash, like all colors blend into each other, which is good, but the depth is kind of gone. So I apply a little bit more into the outer corner here. So that look is definitely more of a evening look I'm creating right now, but that's mainly because I wanted to show you as much color as possible, as many colors. So I would probably not wear that in like on a daily basis. It's just to play around with the colors and see what the palette is like and how the colors work. And so far I have to say I'm really impressed with them. The blendability is perfect and so far it looks really good and I can't complain. So what I'm going to do now is I am taking, let's see, the lighter color, this transition color, and applied on the inner third of my lower lash line. And then, as I just said, I want to play around with colors. I'm taking the purple shade here and applied on the outer corner of my lower lash line. I'm quite happy how the eyes turned out so far. Now I'm going to use the white color, which I said I'm not too keen on because it's a little bit of a cool toned white, but I still tried out and applied to the inner corner of my eye. Oh, it's very pigmented though. Ooh, that's very, very pigmented. What do you think? I think you can't see that much that it's that cool toned, but I would have appreciated more of a warmer toned white, or at least a very neutral white, less of a cool toned one. If you've tried out the palette, please let me know what you think about it, and if you have any other warm toned palette like the one from Urban Decay or the Tarte one, let me know in the comment section down below if they're good or not, because I'm always looking for some good new palettes and I'm really into warm palettes at the moment and I really enjoy the look, I have to say. I didn't think that I would love warm colors that much on me, but I do actually love them. I think they look pretty cool. I would definitely, as I said, not wear it that heavily as I have it on right now. It's just to play around with the colors. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, just let me know in the not the info box, in the comment section down below. And I'm now also taking the white color and apply it under my brow bone. Yeah, here for example, I can see, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but here the white is way too, I don't know, I think it doesn't really fit in with the red. So that is the eye look done. I will apply a little bit of an eyeliner and some mascara and then I'm right back with you. So I've just applied some liner and some mascara and that is the finished look. I think it's very, very pretty. I so far can only say positive things about the palette. The pigmentation is really beautiful. As I said, I wish there was another white in there, but well, you can work without it. Maybe another like really dark chocolatey brown would have worked very well with the palette. But overall, I'm really impressed and I love all the colors in there. So if you have a second palette just where you can use the brown or the white, then that one is perfect. I so far have to say all the pigmentation is really good, and also the blendability of the colors is really, really good. I don't know how the wear time is going to be. I will let you know in the info box down below how it wore throughout the day, if it creased or not, or if it just wore perfectly. And yeah, that is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like me to test out more products, then just let me know in the comment section which one I should try. And other than that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and give the video a thumbs up if you like it. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!